Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever the case may be. I am also Mike Miller. It's been a day, hasn't it? We are now on Lone Star Heart of the Hero. We are up to 17,259. And what is my... I am buzzing and buzzing and buzzing. Let me check here. La la la. Ooh. I feel like I just got another contribution moments ago. Justin Howard. Both covers autograph. Thank you, Justin. And Dan got the early bird special, and Luke got the early bird special, and Jason got the early birds. No, Lone Star #1. Between Jason Collins. Between then and now. Yeah, sorry, my computer just decided to up and blow up. And now I am missing my Hangouts. There we are. So, I don't know, maybe my computer didn't like the idea of putting Ethan on at the same time. Like I said, I haven't. My computer isn't perfect and doesn't like to run multiple things at the same time. Hold on a second. I got a friend here. Want to stream with me? Let me see if RT Bear wants to stream. And so yes, I tried to bring up Ethan, and my computer just like froze, so I couldn't do anything. And so yes, I apologize. I apologize profusely for my inability to walk and chew gum at the same time. So, boy, you guys jumped right in here. 21 of you. Waves. Hi, hello, Chris. What's up, Mike? Cute kid. Did you stick your head in the frame? That's my Isaac. I'm nervous for my Indiegogo tomorrow. I feel like we've had this conversation. Don't be nervous. Don't be Nasser. Don't be Nasser, or don't be nervous Nasser. Don't be a nervous Nasser. You can see from the change of background. No. You guys want to see RT Baron here, right? He's a fun guy. Legend in the industry. I'm also going to get Sean Galloway in here eventually. Cheeks, if you don't know the name. He's sort of an apolitical fellow. Does fantastic work. And he's an old friend. So at some point, I'm going to drag him in here. He just started a Facebook or a YouTube page, but I don't know if he's even put a stinking video up yet. So kind of hard to promote because I don't even know what the name of his YouTube page is, but I will get around to it. Yay, finally caught a stream. YouTube hasn't been notifying. That's too bad. Let's see. Let me try to get into a better position. That lazy boy was just racking my back. So as long as I can still read, I'm close enough to read, I'll be good. Uncle E told us to come over. Yay. You guys just spend all day long on YouTube watching people talk about whatever we are talking about at the moment. Interrupted me. Yeah. Scam baiting. Amazon was just no problem streaming yours and EBS's stream. Oh, you did? Really? So it's not just my computer that doesn't like that? Now you have to read every chat. I don't have to read every chat. Jorge says his wife is losing her mind over Lone Star. Or is it George? George or Jorge? One of the other. Skip this guy. Well, I'm glad your wife is losing her mind, but I hope she doesn't lose it completely. And it's getting dark outside, and for some reason my lamp is not plugged in, so I may just get progressively darker to the point where I use my icon. Edwin Boya, yeah, she had me get a second one in his push this afternoon. Really? Oh, that's fantastic. Hey, Edwin. Edwin, you up for chitty chatting? Just produce results. At least you're not doing a BS stick on noise reducer. I don't even know what that means. We have like 12 Indiegogos going. It's getting out of hand. You know, when you go to the comic book store, they come out with like 100 books every week. So you have 12 over the course of a month to purchase. I don't know that that's terribly out of hand, right? It gives you options. You don't have to support everything. Just support the stuff you like. Nobody's putting a gun to anybody's head and making them buy comic books from any of us. You know, if you don't like mine, don't buy it. I just hope that you do like it, and that I hope that you do buy it. But at least go to the page, go to LoneStarComic.com. It's the Indiegogo, and go look at the art. Go read it. I've got 7 pages lettered. And if you like it, then buy it. If you don't, then don't. It's fair enough, right? Blacklist. Edwin's going to hop in here in a bit. I don't have the equipment yet. Still looking into it. Not today. It's a camera on the go figure. Art T-Bear has not quite figured out how to master the art of YouTube. Took me a while too, so I'm not gonna. Yeah, what shillin' Edwin hooked an addict up. Edwin checks out like everything, I think, and so he's a big proponent of all the different comic skate stuff. Yeah. My wife likes everything. I'm not sure how to take that. Mr. Thundero, he might tell EVS how to mod people so he can mod you and the other creators. Mods can drop links in the chat that work. You guys can link directly to your campaigns. I'll bring it up when next we speak, and hopefully that will be soon. He's probably taking a little breaky break. He was just on there for a while, so I know how it is when you're jumping off of one live stream. You kind of want to take a little bit of break. 24 hours in a row is not something anybody wants to do on the YouTube. He desperately needs that. And Mr. Thunderrose. I did $100 on yours and up to $200 on Red Rooster, so I'm probably done with anything more than basic stuff for this month. Wow, that's nice, nice. Good supporting, man. I appreciate that. EBS would make Cecil a mod, and that would cause mayhem. EBS would make Cecil a mod, and then mod would. Oh man, that's more like Jerry Lewis than Cecil. He's got to wear his XXL shirts. I thought I needed one of those sleek earphones you guys have. Nah, just makes it sound better if your mic sucks. Yeah, using my. Yeah. Sorry, still trying to get Art in here. Trying to convince him. I'll get that boy in here eventually. You dare mock Lord Cecil? Don't you know that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery? You mock my mocking? Lone Star is looking cool, Mike. Thank you. Got the iron hand. Yeah, and you know, we funded in about 14 and a half hours. That was great, but now it's time to make the gravy because Daddy doesn't want to draw this whole book for free. So hopefully y'all can get out there and spread the good news that Lone Star is coming to town and he's taking names. I don't know if that makes sense, but 17XL for EVS. That's mean. Jorge is defending Cecil. I wonder if it's another Cecil clone. 17309. 17309. Very nice. Very nice. Anybody pop in recently? Oh, Justin Howard. That was the last one. Already did punchline. It would be way more efficient. Do your Cecil impersonation stuff. Hello? Hello? Is that a good Cecil? Hello? How come Tom Taylor's writing at DC is decent, but his comics he writes at Marvel sucks? Is it editorial? Marvel editors don't keep Tom Taylor's politics on a leash. I think it's along those lines. I don't know for sure. But if I had to speculate, I know that Injustice, when you're working on a licensed product, and granted, it's licensed, but they own it. But it is a product that exists outside of just the purview of DC publishing itself. Then you have to follow stricter guidelines on what you can and cannot do with said property. You have to get things approved and whatnot through more than just some SJW editor. And so, yeah, that probably has something to do with it, but it wouldn't be DC itself. It would be like Warner Brothers or NetherRealms that are kind of tightening the rein up a little bit. I think, not gospel. You know, don't take that to the bank, but I'm that pretty much makes sense. See, that's what I'm saying by having ground rules. It's like you get more creative, inventive, and you produce better work when you're not always just, you know, well, I'm going to do whatever I want, and it doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to follow certain guidelines. It doesn't blah, blah, blah. Some of the best comic books ever written were written during the Comics Code Authority. And they disbanded it. Not saying it was perfect or anything, but they disbanded the Comics Code Authority. They stopped paying attention to it. And comics went kind of crappy, right? Am I wrong? Am I right? Am I wrong? Again, not one to complain, but I gave up on comics a long time ago. But I am happy to now get to create within my own sandbox. I've created the rules for my own little sandbox, my own little world, my own universe, and now any writer that comes into my universe will have to abide the rules of my universe. And so, yeah, that should be fun. That should be a lot of fun. The Capitalist Code Comics. That's a good way to put it. Okay, that is actually very close. Oh, the Cecil. How much would we make if it ended right now? If it ended right now and I published this comic to everybody, I'd make about about $2,000. So let's not end it right now. Let's go ahead and run this for another 29 days and pray to the good Lord above that I can make, at the very minimum, my standard page rate for doing all this hard work. So you guys should try to formulate a new code. I'm going to work off of a similar to the Comics Code sort of a thing. Not completely, because like I said, some of that stuff it's passé, but I would love to be a part of your universe, but I'm not sure my concept will fit. We need to sit down and have a private conversation. Well, that would be a conversation for the future, because my game plan is to build LONESTAR, and then from LONESTAR, either go to Superhero G, which everyone seems to love and want me to do, or go to the Nuclear Family, which was my plan. My first plan. It's not the Incredibles. It's the Nuclear Family. I think I'd rather do the Nuclear Family. And then, if possible, if this works out well, I'd like to launch an Indiegogo to reboot the Imaginaries from the beginning. Kind of tweak the script a little bit, but do the same story as Imaginaries Lost and Found. And I'd love to get the artist from issues 3 and 4 from the second series of Imaginaries, and pay him to just do all, like, beginning to end. Let's do this whole Imaginaries story, because the story is it's a finite story. Granted, it's in a world that has infinite stories because it's the imaginary friends living on one world, and it's the imaginary friends of everybody throughout all of time, right? So literally infinite stories, infinite toy potentials, infinite movie potentials, game potential, everything. This is a multi-billion-dollar property if handled correctly. And what I'd like to do is reboot that so that it has a good, consistent art style all the way through. And then when that story is done, then bring Superhero G into the Blacklist universe. So that's kind of my plan for that. And then I have other series that I want to develop, that I want to build up. Will I ever want to open it up to people bringing in new characters? I think I'm going to take sort of a wait and see attitude on that. Ideally, my first instinct would be to, like, if one of the writers, like say I hire Jeff Earls to write Hourglass, right? I hired Jeff to write Hourglass. I sound like an evil genius. And he's writing Hourglass, and he's like, "Oh, I have an idea for a cool villain." And he's like, and he pitches it to me, and I'm like, "Yeah, that sounds sweet. Let's put that in Hourglass." And then he's like, "Oh, but let's make this villain repentive and turn him into like an anti-hero, and then launch him on his own book, and then that becomes its own thing." I want it all to grow organically. What I don't want to do is image this universe and have people just like jamming characters in. It's like, oh, I have a great character. They'll fit in the, Blacklist universe. Let's just jump them in there. That's not how I want it to be. I want people to feel involved all the way through, from Lone Star through till the end of time. I want them to have this through line that just builds and builds organically, rather than trying to shoehorn stuff into it, if that makes sense. EBS wants his to be related but independent. You want some company? Oh, Edwin. Yes, let me. Edwin's always good to hang out. Where's my Twitter? My Twitter. All right, let's see. I've got Ethan on here. I want to send Ethan the link too, since I did not bother sending it to him before. Oh no, that wasn't. I'm sorry. Technical problems. Please hold. Please hold. Ethan. Edwin. Who else might come on? Let us see if we. What the hell? I'll send the invite to him. All right, Edwin. I have sent you a link, dude. Oh, you have a hero named Hourglass too? Oh, maybe I should show you mine. You show me yours, I'll show you mine. Just try to formulate. Oh yeah, we already did all that. So, you don't want New York to have almost as many heroes as non-heroes. New York. Basically, don't want Dragon Ball syndrome, where they're constantly adding most powerful villain ever over and over again. Yeah, overpowered characters are kind of a little dull to play with as a writer and as a reader, frankly. Make some new comics code. Shut up about Cecil already. My nephew's in the Navy, Japan for 2 more years, and in Japanese culture and comics. Hint, hint. Don't chant Cecil 3 times or you will show. I could send him an invite. I hear something.
How deep into his bottle of bourbon do you think he is already?
Which bottle? The morning bottle or the afternoon bottle or the mid-breakfast bottle?
That's pretty good. Pretty good.
When my son was young, he would ask me how I do so many voices, and I told him I had a radio in the back of my throat because I'd be doing like SpongeBob and Jimmy Neutron and like all the different characters, and stupid kid, believe me.
In Magic Mike's portfolio of comic stories, do you have anything like that has kind of like a New Mutants kind of vibe? Because I loved that so much when I was a kid.
Let me think. Can you turn that down, Isaac? I don't think I do offhand. I might have to go look through like my IP folder and flip through that. But yeah, it'd be fun to do sort of a superhero Stand By Me kind of a storyline.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. But something with either teens or young adults, that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Particularly if they act like real people and they're not like the pay wage gap is very important to conquer. But hello, fellow kid.
Let me shout out a couple of CK got both covers autographed. Thank you, CK. And Winston Malone got cover B autographed. Thank you, Winston Malone. Hey, did you see all the new options I put up?
Oh no, let me go take a look.
Oh, here, I can do it on here, and then Mike, can you do a Trump impersonation? I don't want to do my Trump impersonation.
This is the Blacklist universe. Yeah, I still stand by that. I think I think like Blacklist and like Red Rooster, like if you could have like an hour-long program and where each of your properties has like 15 minutes, man, that would be so fun.
Yeah. Lone Star. So you go to LoneStarComic.com, people. Isn't it nice? I think I'm the only one who made a website that directly links. Everyone else is just like, oh, just go search it on Indiegogo. I'm like, it costs almost nothing to get a domain name and then just have it link to your thing. So let me hit view campaign here. All right. So just going through it again for anyone who hasn't been here recently. So what is new in the featured in, in the perk section, Lone Star Squad membership, which is people who maybe can't afford to buy a book but want to be part of this foundational group. I don't know, were you on when I was saying that, no, you probably weren't, that I want to make like the people that contribute in this first Blacklist Universe campaign will be like afforded like special membership, like a membership number, an ID, give you access to early offers, free items, loyalty rewards, that kind of stuff.
Nice.
Sort of to build an exclusive community of people who are like there first,
Good.
Because this is going to last. This is going to go on and just grow and build and grow and build. And I want those people who are here day 1 or day 30 of the first campaign to feel like they really are unique among the fans, Let's see, digital comic, and then I went down and I did Remark cover beat. Look at that, 71 early birds have been claimed.
Oh, nice.
Right?
But you've got to cut that. You want to cut that at 100, right?
Yeah,
That's when you want to make it.
to be here when it turns to 100 so I can turn it off. It's the only way I can do it. So let's see the remarks. No, okay, so slabbed. So for people who want to get CG Seed books, they'll be 9.8 with a signature. So that's $100 for a single one, $100 for a single one cover B, and then for retailers who want to buy them. And this was a suggestion of a retailer in Ireland, so that's why I did it. You can get 5 of them at $50 each, and then sell them for whatever the heck they want to. And then, oh no, that's, yeah, wait, Legion. Oh no, this is the Legion pack. Okay, so the Legion pack, you get 24 signed copies, and then 24.
Oh, wow.
And then 1 remarked copy, which is $100 value. And then the signed copies, you know, they're whatever.
I've got a question for you. Is there something that you can put on the cover or on the inside to indicate that this was an Indiegogo print? And the reason I ask this is it might identify this more as a collector and limited item, particularly when reproductions of this start hitting the comic book stores, because sooner or later I know you're going to be able to get this stuff into bookstores, comic book stores for direct
covers. The 2 covers available on Indiegogo will never be published anywhere else. So that art, while it may be like, I don't know, in the back of a trade paperback or something like that, it'll never be the cover of any of the comics. So they are exclusive to Indiegogo. Whether or not I actually put like an Indiegogo exclusive cover and mention on the cover, maybe I'll do it on the interior. I don't know. I'll think about it. If it looks good on the cover, I'll do it. I don't like putting a bunch of crap on the cover, you know.
Sure. I wonder if Indiegogo, I wonder if you could talk to anybody at Indiegogo and see if they would give you some kind of trade out or discount if you put something on like the inside that this was produced via Indiegogo or something.
I don't know. Why don't you look into that for me, Edwin? So yeah, so 24 signed, 12 of each, and then 1 free, well, 1 remark. So you get 25 total comics for $250. And this is intended for retailers, or if you've just got a gaggle of friends that want to get 2 or 3 copies each, you could do that too. I don't know. Anyone's allowed to get the perk. I don't care. So slabs of slabs, that's 5 slabbed comics at $50 each for retailers. And that's it. And then here, I got a lot of people saying they want to see this, you know, Hapajap slapping Hitler. They want to see that as a metal print too. So what I think I'm going to do after the early bird campaign, which is probably going to be over tonight or tomorrow, I'm going to get these colored up, this one and this one. And then I'm going to redo the early bird campaign, but not as the early bird, as sort of a, maybe I'll call it the
Can you go back to the previous image?
Yeah, sure. Here you
go. That's so good. That's so good. Usually when somebody's talking about punch a Nazi, I'm like, oh my God, it makes my face hurt. But this is so good.
So yeah, this one's
hang on. Who was Spitfire? Go back to Spitfire.
Spitfire was his best friend.
Is that Bucky? Is that Lone Star's Bucky?
Image, it is Bucky. Well, yeah, in the original cap, this is Bucky. But yeah, so Spitfire is his best friend who gets killed in World War II by the Iron Cross. So he's you know that little plane? Here, I can show you down here. I'll show you down here. Wait. It's got to let this. And then, oh yeah, I was going to mention, oh, right here. See how he's flying through the cockpit of this plane?
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was Spitfire.
Oh no.
So he will not be showing up as Winter Soldier.
He's more of a winter puree, it looks like.
And so oh, you know what? You should read this. Can you read this?
Can you make it just a little bit bigger? Is that possible? Can
Can
you
you
zoom
just
in?
open it up on yours and read it out?
Oh, from the okay, let me go back to your Decide.
I'd love to hear reading just the whole thing. It's 7 pages.
Okay, so we're going to LoneStarComics.com, and that's going to take me to the Indiegogo.
Yeah.
Oh wait, but it's not. Why is it not doing that?
Lone Star Comic, singular.
Lone Star Comic.com, home of the Black Chicks universe. Okay,
We got the
overview.
best black chicks.
Okay, so I want to be on the story, right? All right, I'm scrolling.
Yeah. Scroll all the way down till
I'm scrolling past the not MS-13 because you would like for most of your blood to stay inside your body.
It's actually it's the first page. Why is this not later? I can't seem to detach from Brave here.
Okay, all right, I got it here.
Click on this.
Here's a preview of the first 10 pages of Lone Star. All right, hang on. Let me get a swallow of coffee here.
All right, sweet.
I remember the world a little clearer than most. The air is different now, thicker, full of a seething, misdirected discontent. Anger, resentment, entitlement. It's a world of spoiled children, raised by spoiled children, and raising little spoiled children of their own. It's getting harder and harder to tell the good guys from the bad. But in this sea of miscreants, I don't think that's the right word. Is it miscreants? Why am I asking you? You're a pigeon. I really need to bring a notebook and write this stuff down, or at least a magazine. Being a vigilante can get pretty boring some nights. I ever tell you how I know when someone needs my help? Coo. You see, I have this animal-like instinct that allows me to sense fear. That's my cue.
Da, 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 da.
Have we had a sound effect? You don't have a sound effect there. You need a parkour sound effect. Oh, we're getting one. Yeah, we're getting one. Scrolling down. Hey, chica, what's the matter? You don't like my friends? That's too bad, because we like you. Don't worry, chica. We'll be gentle. After we gotta leave enough of you for El Guapo back there. You like some broken end first, eh? Biam! Smack! Yes, I hope that wasn't El Guapo. Not sure what the handsome is gonna fit anymore. How about old smash-o face? Who the? Language, please. There's a lady present. Carlos Diablos, cap this choir boy. Bam. Block. Yoink. Can I borrow this? Thanks. Ba-bam. Carlos and Devil Boy can't help you at the moment. What you gonna do, Efe? You take one more step, I'll slice her open like a piñata. You don't slice piñatas open. You beat them open with a stick. Like how I'm gonna beat you open if you don't drop that knife and let her go. Now. You're gonna kill me anyway, Holmes. Have I killed any of your friends? I don't kill unless I have no other choice. But you hurt that girl, and you leave me no choice. I get it. You're a hero. Take her, lock me up, call ICE.
Oh, I'll do the girl. Just kidding.
I've been deported 6 times. I'll be back by Christmas. Cuff me, essay. I won't give you no problems. Well, here's the problem, essay. I don't carry handcuffs. I'm not an officer of the law. Well, what you doing, man? Well, you need to be disciplined. And you're too old for a spanking. So, I'm just gonna make sure. No, what? You remember this lesson. Young lady, do you have anything you want to? No.
Blam. Crack.
It's not self-defense. That's murder.
But they were going to. Oh, God.
But they didn't. If they had, I'd have shot them for you. Police. Better late than never, but usually too late. Listen, if you're going to be out this late at night, do yourself a favor. Get a gun, Missy.
It's Misty. What's your name? Who do I say saved me?
They call me Lone Star.
So, yeah, that's all I got lettered. It was supposed to be up, yesterday, but
Well, that's pretty good, man. I like that a lot. Yeah, I dig it. I dig that a lot.
Cool. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to tweak it at all before. I probably will tweak it a little bit, but yeah. So everybody seemed to like it. Way to kill the mood, Mike. Oh, you didn't like my voicing of the girl.
Sorry,
they're all into it. It's all somber, and they're into it, and I'm like.
If I try and do a girl's voice, though, it's going to sound like Buffalo Bill. It's going to sound horrific.
Is she a big fat person? Thundero says he'd leave it. So you guys like the scripting and the art, right? Good to hear. Yeah. Oh. Anyways. That was the first time you read it, huh?
Yeah. I'd never seen the dialogue on that before.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'd read your treatment, but there's slight differences from the treatment. Yeah.
It's interesting hearing it read from your idiom, however you want to put it, because the character, I was writing him a little more lighthearted, but the way you wrote it, it gave it this gravitas that I'm like, wow, maybe I'll think that way. And Edwin do that exactly as a promo video. That was great and exactly what Lone Star should sound like. Nice job with the dialogue and great reading, Edwin. Thank you, Critias. Cool.
Yeah, if you do the cartoon for it, though, you might have to get a lighter voice. I don't know if you want to make him sound more cheerful. And if I did it again, I might actually make him sound a little bit lighter. But I was just reading it for the first time.
Yeah.
And so, like anybody who thinks that like I'm actually good at this stuff, like the Lone Star video or audio I recorded for Mike's video, that was like the 20th take.
Not right now, Nasser. Take care of that sort of thing later, okay? What did I tell you? Mike Edwin would make a perfect Lone Star. Edwin's voice is perfect for Lone Star. You guys should let Rod hop on for a while. Rod? Who's Rod? Do I know Rod? Which one's Rod? I don't know Rod. I'm not sure. I might. There's so many people.
Yeah.
I don't want to be dismissive just because I'm having a brain gap.
Hey,
Uh,
thanks for talking to the thanks for talking to some of the indie kids today. Appreciate that.
Sure. I don't think I did much of it. I just said, hi.
Yeah, no, it's still I appreciate it. I appreciate it, and I think they did too.
Oh, Rod. You, Rod. That Rod. Sketch therapy. Yeah, I should let Rod help.
So, what do you guys think, though? Should we bully Mike into coming up with his version of the New Mutants? Would anybody be interested in like a kind of like a youth team book from Mike after this?
I've
Can
got
are you?
I've
Can
got
we
things
bully
to
you?
do,
Is that
Richard.
possible? Can we bully you with enthusiasm? What would you call that?
Plans, man. I'd have to set aside all the other stuff I've already created and create something new.
Yeah, I know. I know. It's hard. It's hard to you probably time is going to be at a premium. I'm sure.
I have this one story. I don't know. It reminded me because of the Stand By Me thing. That won't fit into the Blacklist universe because it's about like a biracial kid in like the '60s, like sort of southern Illinois. That's not. Never mind. It's got nothing to do with anything. Let's just start rambling on and all my stories.
I don't think that stopped us before. I don't know. So
Well, there's a story I wrote because it's partially because my wife's long lost brother was given up for adoption, and then it's a story I kind of wrote it because I just wanted people to feel like I want people to hurt, like when the story's over. Okay, so I'll tell you what it was.
does it have a two-legged puppy that has cancer?
No. So it's a story about this girl who was in love with this black dude in like Cairo, Illinois, like in the '60s, right? Or maybe the late '50s. And they get secretly married, and she gets secretly pregnant. And then her very not happy about it brothers find out about it, and they basically kill the husband. She puts the kid up for adoption. She's forced to put the kid up for adoption by her father. And then it's the story of this kid who, back then, mongrels like me didn't have a place, right? Always. And so he was put into an orphanage. Nobody ever would want to adopt him. So he grew up with that, the other kids being his family and whatnot. And he just, he was ill-treated because it was just a bad situation, sort of what do you call that? Like, please, sir, I have another. But in the South,
a very Charles Dickens or Dickens.
Yeah, it's like Charles Dickens meets Mark Twain. And so he builds up this resentment, and he finally breaks in, like when he's, a youngish, maybe 14, 15 years old. He breaks into the offices there and gets his birth records, and then goes, like, he breaks out with one of his friends, and they go on this long trip. It's called the Long Road Home. And they go on this long trip where they are dodging police, and they're dealing with trying to find food, and just like the hardships of trying to get from point A to point B as a young teenager in hostile territory, trying to get back to find his mother. And so all of that middle part would be like, the fun and games part of the story. But then he gets separated from his friend, finally makes it to his mother's house. Gets there. Okay, I started this wrong. The first scene in the movie is his mother opening the door and seeing him for the first time.
Mm.
Right? And then we tell the whole story. And then we see him like thrash her place because he's so livid, but in his anger, she talks to him with like the gentle voice and convinces him that she never wanted to give up on him. She's always loved him. She's always wanted, you know, him to be part of her life. And so they finally break down and they're on the floor hugging it out, you know, crying and stuff. And her husband gets home and sees a black kid with his arms around his wife and the house destroyed. And so he calls him out and just beats him literally to death. And so he dies in his mother's arms.
Oh. Why would you do this? Why would you do this, Mr. Miller?
You hated it. You felt bad at the end, and there's only a 2-minute version of the story. Can you imagine doing that for 2 hours? I love the end of King Kong, where you have this absolute injustice that nothing can be done about, and you're just hurting because they killed this monster that didn't deserve it, right? And I'm like, I love stories like that, where it just rips your heart out of your chest and throws it on the floor and steps on it for a while. And I got you with a 2-minute version.
Yeah. You're a joy crusher. A joy crusher.
These are the kind of stories I want to tell with Blacklist Universe. Jason says, directed by
my Black Chicks universe then wasn't that far off. Join us for depressing tales of woe and soul-crushing grief. It'll be the best.
What do you guys in the chat think of the story? Should I do it as a side project for Blacklist? It's one of those stories that would like win an Oscar just because of how depressing it is.
Do you have like a helpful white lady story that you could tell, or just to soften the?
She's helpful. I could make her the B story, so you really get to love her through the story, right? And then when she finally calms him down, and they finally have that moment of pure love and acceptance of each other, then he gets ripped out of her arms and smashed to the ground. And a good story has to be a roller coaster, you know? You got ups and downs, and then you get a real nice up, and then just right off the cliff.
Then yeah, just the shiv right to the kidneys.
Yeah.
And you're laying on the floor, bleeding out, thinking, "Why did I trust Mike Miller again? Why, Mike Miller? Why?"
That's just one of the intellectual properties in my folder. I don't know if I'll ever get to that, but that would be like a screenplay type of thing, not a comic book.
Yeah, that sounds like a movie. That sounds like a.
Eric Hugas says, "But that is the story of The Last Jedi."
Oh, is there an update on the Indiegogo? Mr. Thundera is putting a number in, and so unless that's an MK Ultra activation sequence, I think that may be your new total.
Is it 17? Woo, 17.7. Nice. All right. Let's see.
You're in the gravy zone now, right? You get to actually pay your bills. Like the first 16,000 is paying for the comic. Now you get to.
Yeah.
Now your kids get to eat and stuff, which I'm sure they appreciate.
Not the printer and the post office.
Have the small hungry one come in front of the camera and say yes.
Isaac, come to the camera and say, "Please, sir, may I have another?" Come stand in front of here like you're really hungry. and pour.
Yeah.
And say,
Yeah.
may I have another?
Please, sir, may I have another?
Oh, that's beautiful.
Look how skinny that kid is. That kid's got to eat. He's starving to death. All right, Jason Wright, both covers autograph. Thank you. Craig Swanson, early bird special. Thank you very much. And J. Randy Hayes, Lone Star #1, cover B. Thank you for your contributions, my good friends. Oh, another one. Oh, no, that one just registered up. So it's 17,728 currently. Lovely. Wonder if did our friend EVS ever respond to the tweet, to the twittering? No, he did not.
Curse him!
No, we do not curse in this house, my son. Let's see, where are we? Well, I'm gonna have to change the name of this chat then, because it says, "Is that EVS I see?"
Yeah,
The Black Heart universe.
Yeah. Somebody else suggested the Soul Crusher universe.
So nobody had any comments on. Oh wait, maybe they did. Can he come back as a what? Avenging zombie? Is that what that said? That was good. He even tried a British accent. Somebody get that kid a sandwich. Oh, he tried. To me, that would be the opening scene of a horror film / comic, and he would return as a vengeful spirit. Vengeful spirit.
Hey, how close on your hours are you for monetization?
Last I checked, I was I guess I could check right now. Let me entertain you. Let me make you smile.
You gotta get the Miller family vaudeville hour, because your daughter can actually sing, yeah.
Yeah.
From that little snippet we got before she realized she was being recorded, it sounded like she had a pleasant voice.
How do I find? That's not right.
You could do your guys' version of singing in the family choir. Mama sang bass, daddy sang tenor, me and little brother fit right in there, singing in the family choir.
Daddy sang bass.
Mama sang
bass.
I think people would dig that, the Miller family vaudeville hour.
Yeah, my wife is trying to get the kids. Okay, I've got 124,000 minutes of watch time, so I need another. Oh, that's the last 28 days. I needed 2,000 hours. No, wait, 4,000 hours. Okay, you need 4,000 hours. I had like a little over 2,000 hours, so I needed 2,000 hours. And I was at 100,000, so now I'm at 24. 24 divided by 60. 60. That's 6.
You gotta be getting close, though, buddy.
Yeah, hold on. 24. 400. So I need another 1,600 minutes.
Hours or minutes? Oh, that's nothing. You'll get that.
No, not 1,600 minutes. What the heck? What did I just delete?
I think this is why you draw comic books for living, and you're not an accountant.
I'm a what do you call it? Not a good age, not a good Oriental today.
Yeah, I know. Are you sure you're half Japanese?
Not the math.
Is there a chance that maybe like the postman was like Native American or something, or something that could pass for Japanese, but not.
My mom's the Japanese one. That's kind of a hard bait to
Ooh,
switch.
Yeah, that would be some definite shenanigans. We know who the father is. We're just not sure about the mother. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
You really are.
We'll have to save that for the Christmas special.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joseph Tran has expelled you from the League of Asians. Your Asian status has been, yeah. You take some remedial math classes and get good.
Look at my face. I am an Oriental. It's just hard converting, hours to minutes and all this stuff. Get it?
And this is why you draw comic books for a living.
That baritone. Uncle Ethan is working on Cyberfrog right now. Uncle Ethan should be promoting me right now. Mike, what religion are you? I am a non-denominational Christian. That's it.
Oh, speaking of the Christmas special, we could get the Miller kids to do a version of Edelweiss or something from The Sound of Music.
It's funny. I was thinking about Sound of Music when you were talking about that earlier. I think something else just came in. Hold on a second. Let me see if that's... No. No. No, nothing new. We are $272 away from 18,000.
Oh,
so
that's great. That's great.
Yeah. Huzzah, huzzah!
It'll be interesting. I bet you a lot of you guys that are having success with this are going to start getting bombarded by third parties who want to get in. Oh, do we have somebody here from the Big Island? Aloha. Matas Yahoo. Is that Matas Yahoo? I thought, wasn't there a rapper named Matas Yahoo?
Yeah,
Or
he's
like
a Jewish rapper. Yeah. I don't think he lives on the Big Island.
Well, you've got a Matas Yahoo in your chat. So
Yeah,
Matas Yahoo. I used to live in Hilo, Hawaii. So aloha. Now
then his
we're
house got burned up by... I used to look at real estate on the Big Island and be like, man, why is it so cheap?
Yeah, you're living on an active volcano.
There'll be more of your real estate shortly.
Yeah, that's the cool thing. If you can hang around, about a couple hundred, maybe 1,000 years, there's going to be a new primitive island. It's being born right off the coast. What is the name for it? I think Loihi is the new island that's being formed.
Really?
Yeah. It's still underwater. It hasn't emerged from the water yet, but yeah, there is a new Hawaiian island being born. Oh, right on. Okay, well, Matas Yahoo, we have in-laws in Mountain View up in Fern Acres. How about that? What a small world.
You sing Mele Kaliki Maka is the place
to me
on a dry Hawaiian Christmas day.
Yeah, dude, we should absolutely do a Christmas special. That would be awesome. Yeah, didn't Bing Crosby and David Bowie do a song together? We should recreate that one. I'm a horrible singer, but I'll try. I will holler for $1 for you, brother. I will holler for $1.
Was that White Christmas?
But it's like a weird mashup, like between Peace on Earth and Little Drummer Boy.
Oh.
I played my drum for him. Ba-rum-bum-bum. And then David Bowie came in with Peace on Earth, which I can't do because I can't sing anyway, but I definitely can't hit anything that high.
I used to live in Waikoloa. The economy of Hilo is based around BJ Penn. What's that mean? You know what that
All right.
means?
So BJ Penn was a fighter for the UFC, and he has a gym there, and I want to say his family's buying. His family is actually fairly wealthy, and they own a lot of property on Big
Hmm.
Island, and he own a lot of businesses and stuff. So that is not an inaccurate statement.
Hmm. Okay.
So where we at? Where we at on Lone Star?
We are still at 17,728. We need more people. We only have 95 viewers, which last week when I had 95 viewers, I was like, oh my gosh, I have 95 viewers. But no, it was last Saturday. My channel's grown so fast that yeah, it's like, hey, we just hit 100. All right, there you go. And now it's back down to 99.
We need to get your daughter to come in and sing some Les Mis or something.
And back up to 100. Would you people stop leaving? If everyone would just stay for a while. 101. Yeah, boy.
Messing with your emotions. Do any of the kids tap dance? That would be awesome.
No, my daughter was in dance when she was younger, but she never really got that into it. My wife is a dancer, so she taps, or she doesn't do it now, but you know, she grew up, she did tap, ballet. She was really really good. But now all she does is Argentine tango.
Interesting.
We could do that for you guys, but
So what does she think of all this
for
live streaming?
$100 more, I will do the Argentine tango.
What does the missus think of all this live streaming stuff?
She's good with it. She's you know, it's taking a lot of time away from everything else.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, she sees what's happening here, and you know, it's business. It's business. Of course, it's something I enjoy doing anyways. But
Well, it's kind of different. You know, everybody's channel has got like their own flavor, but because you got your kids right there and people coming by, it's more of a window into the Miller household. Yeah.
yeah, and I already did that because I did that whole Bless This Mess comic strip, so everybody knows what a mess my family. Eric asks, Elric asks, I live in California. Would I like Hawaii if I ever moved there?
Some people get island fever because it is small.
Yeah.
There was a rare Miller sighting, a rare Miller Jr. sighting in the background there.
Little critter.
Some people get island fever because it's, it is, unless you're on the Big Island or Maui, everything is very dense. Well, Maui's getting kind of dense unless you're on like Molokai or Kauai, Big Island. It's dense and you're aware of it. Yeah. Yeah, and it's very expensive. Like, what do you pay for gas there? What are you paying for gas?
Your gas is cheaper.
Like I gassed up today, and I think it was $3.75 a gallon for regular gas.
I think that's around where it is now in San Diego. But no, I noticed that last year when I was there. I'm like, gas is freaking cheaper in Hawaii than it is in San Diego because we tax it so much, and you have to ship all of your gas there.
Yeah, everything we have here comes in on a boat, right? Yeah.
Except the pineapples.
Yeah. But there's, I mean, it's eternal May here. It's eternal May. And people here are generally happy. Just everybody kind of has to hustle to pay their rent and such, yeah?
Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it? I mean, you've got, because I drove up from Kailua up to North Shore, and we'd stop and look at houses that were for sale just to see how much they were. And they're like these crazy, I mean, man, these things are made out of freaking, 2x4s in Luan.
Yeah.
And they're like, $1 million.
Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. Like how shoddy some of the stuff is. Um, so what we have here, though, we have like a lot of multi-generational households because a a lot of people just cannot afford. So that some of
Yeah,
my
yeah, yeah.
friends will
So
have
I
like
went.
three generations, four generations under one roof.
I drove to go see my old house in Iea, and that's how you know. Every spot on every street was filled up with cars.
Yeah.
Right? Because everybody needs a car, and there's like so many people living in all the houses because your freaking rinky-dink little house in Iea costs like $1.5 million or something. And that's like,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
oh my,
Yeah. So it's different. It's different.
it's insane.
But I've enjoyed living here, and it's kind of home now. But I'm kind of in an interesting situation in that I work for my pastor. My pastor is one of my bosses, and so I work for like a family company, and so uh, I don't know that I would trade it for anything. Because I work for good people, I work for a good family, and you have that spiritual connection. And they are probably about the opposite of SJWs.
He's good. He's good.
Yeah, yeah, I'm blessed.
Get
I'm
as
blessed.
far away on the political spectrum from SJWs as humanly possible.
Yeah. And I can actually go downstairs and read the Bible with my boss, during the middle of the day if I want to. Yeah, and that's not an unusual phenomena.
Hmm.
So,
Anyone else asking questions?
are you ready? Are you ready for the convention? Did you secure any of those prints? Like some Lone Star? Have you got some Lone Star paraphernalia to
I'll send the Lone Star stuff to. I can't do that on the weekend. I'll just do it on Monday.
Okay.
I have a local print shop here that'll do banners. If I want to do a banner, print a banner out.
How how far from your house? How far from your house is the convention center where you have to go for the Comic-Con? Is it like within an hour or is it like a voyage?
Like 12 miles.
Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad.
Party, Asia. Party.
It's downtown, right?
It's downtown, yes. And it's funny because the highway you get on to get there is like 1 block away. You get on the
Oh,
highway, and it drives straight into downtown. So it's like straight shot. I could literally straight shot if I wanted to stay on like G Street, or not G Street, E Street, F Street, and just make a left on 5th and hit the convention center.
nice.
Very simple directions to get to the convention center from my house. Just
Well,
12 miles.
don't get more specific than that. I was just looking for a general.
Oh, it's the funny thing because 12 miles here is like actually I think it's more like 14 miles, but 14 miles here is like 12 minutes, right? 14 miles on Oahu is like
Is like 45 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But you got to be chill. You
Yeah.
can't be in a rush.
Yeah, well, you don't want to be a scurrysome creature on the earth anyway, yeah?
Yeah.
Everybody's rushing to go nowhere fast. All right.
We
So,
got any other?
yeah, people are already asking what comes next after Lone Star.
I think I'm gonna do the nuclear family. I already have the
Right.
story mostly beat it out.
Can you give the elevator pitch for that, or do you have an elevator pitch for the nuclear family?
Yeah, the nuclear family is sort of The Incredibles meets Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. So you have this I don't want to say eccentric, but sort of an eccentric inventor of a father who creates this machine that allows you to create holographic pictures of things, but he doesn't quite understand what he's tapping into, because he's tapping into interdimensional powers with the
Oh yeah, tapping into interdimensional powers.
Yeah.
So good.
And so they're like kind of a nerdy family, and so they all dress up to be in sort of like a faux Star Trek kind of costume.
Okay. Okay.
To take family 3D picture, right?
Right.
And when he hits a switch, something goes wrong, and they get shunted off into the extra dimension. When they come back, like, they have these powers. He comes back in pieces, not as in literally arms and legs and stuff here, but he fragments into his different personality traits. So
Kind
there's
of like a reverse firestorm, kind of, or
no, Firestorm's just the two guys.
well, but so what I'm getting at with firestorm, you have multiple personalities forming one superpowered being, and here now you're like splintering off into multiple. And does each personality have a power, or it's not personalities, it's splintering off into separate beings, right?
Separate parts, yeah. So like that movie, it's like kids movie with all the little things in their brain, the brain, like the anger guy and the Inside Out. You know that movie?
No. But
Okay,
I'm sure your chat does. I'm sure your chat is.
so you have like the little anger character, and then you have the fear character, and you have, so like they're all little parts of the personality that have to work together to make the human being work. So he fragments. So he's like multiple man, but all of his multiples have different personalities that are primarily based on those emotions or aspects. And so that's his power. The daughter ends up being able to manipulate mass. So she can pick up a 2-ton rock as if it's a feather, or she can make a ball of styrofoam weigh 2 tons. She can manipulate the mass of things. And then the son can manipulate the electromagnetic spectrum, and the mother has sort of telepathic. Oh, somebody just. And so, anyways, they what happens? Gosh, no, I can't do that. That gives it away. This is another one of those things where I've got this great twist about who the bad guy is. Their bad guy is a guy named the Iron Mask, taken from the Man in the Iron Mask. So he's got a set goal, and he's fixated an iron mask on himself, and his white beard and his white hair's grown out behind it because he refuses to take the mask off until he accomplishes his goal.
Nice.
So I have drawings of him. I don't think I even scanned it in around here somewhere. But
so it's like the evil Count of Monte Cristo without the redemption part.
Well, there may be redemption. You never know.
I like it though. I like it. It sounds like it could be a viable substitute for the Fantastic Four kind of vibe.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to run into everything's going to run into those kind of comparisons. It's a family thing. Well, obviously, the first family of comics is the Fantastic Four, right? Then you have the Incredibles, which is like the better Fantastic Four.
Yeah. But so people don't get bent out of shape. In reality, there's only about 7 or 8 different types of stories for all medium, right? There's only so many patterns. Where you differentiate yourself is your execution.
Yeah.
Right. People talking about like, oh, I've got this idea. I don't want somebody. Everybody's got ideas, right? Ideas are almost literally a dime a dozen. There are occasionally ideas that are so special, right, that they can change the world and really get something new. But for the most part, what matters is execution. Execution.
Yeah. That's why The Incredibles is better than the Fantastic Four.
Yeah. Well, the family actually loves each other, and yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know if anybody who was writing it, ever actually had a family, but at least they brought in a consultant who was like, yeah, families are cool. People like them. Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds good, man. That sounds so like all right. Let's get down to brass tacks.
Yeah.
It looks like Lone Star, man. You were jamming, and I know you're going to have other stuff to do. You're going to have stretch goals. You're going to have cards to make. You're going to have some other stuff to do. When are you delivering Lone Star, you think?
September.
Wow. Nice. That's
I'm gonna
not
be
bad.
I'm gonna be the first guy with a book out, and the last guy that put it on Indiegogo. Because I came in with 20 pages already done. So I only basically have to do half a book and then get it colored and lettered and sent off to the printer when I get numbers.
And I forget, had you already identified your printer?
No. A friend of mine is I guess you call him a print broker. He does, he was my old partner at Alias Comics. And we were talking yesterday about, doing like some real premium printing. My hesitation is that his printer is in South Korea, which I don't mind because they are, they're a free market country too.
Yeah, and they only hate you half as much as your ancestors, so it's cool.
They only hate my Japanese half.
It's like the frosted mini wheat of hatred.
Yeah, did you ever hear there was they always used to think that the Japanese were descended from the Chinese, right? But they did a DNA test to find out where they derived from, and they announced it on this website that had a message board, right? And so they posted, oh, Japan, the Japanese immigrants, not the Ainu, which came from like Mongolia, Russia, are actually from Korea.
Oh, so we was samurai.
So in the chat, all you saw was Koreans who were livid that the Japanese were related to them. It was so funny. Yeah, Orientals only unite once we get to the States.
Yep.
Then all is forgiven. I mean, dude, Japan was like straight up Nazi Germany over Asia for a lot longer than Nazi Germany was,
Oh man, people forget how ruthless Japan was.
Yeah.
Brutal. We had a lady at our church in the Big Island. She was from, I forget if it was Hiroshima or Nagasaki, but periodically she had to go back and get like screenings for cancers and stuff. Beautiful woman though, beautiful spirit. But yeah, the Japanese soldiers were, wow. And if sometimes people don't understand why the A bomb happened, and I'm not saying it was justified.
Oh, it's totally justified.
But Japanese soldiers, man, were wow.
Horrific.
Just tough dudes, and they didn't believe in surrender, and so when people surrendered to them, you're like, by surrendering, it's like you're saying you're like almost like subhuman.
Yeah.
What was it? The Bataan Death March. Oh, and we had all right, so we had Japanese internment camps here in Hawaii. Yeah, I'm sure you heard about this.
Oh yeah, totally justified.
Yeah, and that was brought to you by the Democrats.
Doesn't matter. The internment camps were completely justified, and I don't actually know any Japanese people who went through it who don't agree.
But something a lot of people have never heard about.
Oh, you're going to talk about the Nihai incident, huh?
Yes, the Battle of Nihao. And so a Japanese fighter pilot crashed on this little island, this little Hawaiian island called Nihao. and he linked up with a local Japanese couple and convinced them to help him escape. And then there was all sorts of shenanigans, and they took a local Hawaiian couple hostage. And somewhere during the night, I think the wife was able to distract the Japanese fighter pilot who was holding a pistol on her husband. And so he makes a play. The Japanese fighter pilot shoots him, I want to say, in the shoulder, the hip, and the penis, which is probably a horrific place to be shot. I mean, what insult to injury? Going to shoot you right in the mushroom tip. And so this Hawaiian men and the old Hawaiian men are kind of have this reputation for being just kind of like almost kind of like farm boy strong. But he picked up the Japanese after being shot in the shoulder, the hip, and the penis. He picked up the fighter pilot and I think just broke his back on a rock wall. And that was the Battle of Niihau.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can Wikipedia it for a less dramatic and more accurate, historically accurate rendering of the story. But yeah.
But that's the thing is that the Japanese, first of all, in 1941, Japanese weren't allowed to be citizens of America. Japanese weren't allowed to own property in America. No Asians were allowed. It was because of the Chinese, the yellow scare crap, whatever it was. But we weren't allowed. We weren't allowed to vote, citizenship, property, anything like that. So, I mean, that aside, the Japanese were fiercely loyal to Japan, even the American Japanese. And so, literally, you didn't know which of them would have pulled some sort of crap in honor of, you know, their honor. So no, I don't know anybody who isn't freaking doesn't think that was justified. The thing that was not justified was taking away their property and not giving it back to them.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, during the course of the war, putting them in, and it's not like they were concentration camps for crying out loud. They weren't like.
Well, where my office is now was actually right by the site of one of the internment camps. And there was some interesting stuff that came out of that because a lot of the local Japanese ended up enlisting, right? And so this is kind of a famous story too, and went over and fought in the European theory, the European theater, and they were a highly decorated unit.
I think the highest decorated unit in the war.
Yeah, very heroic because they were fighting for some very powerful forces, some very powerful motivating forces. And so they came back, and those Japanese men came back and dominated Hawaiian business and Hawaiian politics. And today we have a Japanese governor of Hawaii, David Ige.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
You got Abercrombie out of there, huh?
Yeah.
I heard Abercrombie, because he was friends with the Obamas, was like, because he was campaigning on getting Obama's birth certificate to end the whole thing, and then as soon as he got into office, he just shut up about it.
And too funny.
I got two more. Vigilant Reviews got a cover A autographed. Thank you. And MB, who is an undisclosed name, so I shall not share it, got both covers autographed. Thank you. MB, you know who you are.
Let me scroll back up because what was his name? Vigilant Reviews? Oh, Vigilante
Reviews. Oh yeah, Vigilante.
The Lone Star Posse.
Pronunciation.
The Lone Star Posse has its newest member, Vigilante Reviews. You're a great American.
And that has 268 contributors, which was the prefix for my phone number when I lived in San Jose.
So now, which one is the Twitter ding and which one is the shekel ding?
Okay, let me close that. That's my. That was the shekel ding, but the shekel ding comes in later than I can hear it on my. I mean, I get it on my phone, and then like a minute later, it comes through on my mail.
So is it going to be Lone Star Squadron or Lone Star's Posse?
What did I put?
I think you put Squadron. I think.
No, I didn't. It was
Let's see.
Lone Star Squad. Of course, nobody's bought it yet, so I could change it.
Well, let's ask the chat. Let's get democratic up in this mother. What's better for Lone Star? A squadron? Because he was in the Army Air Corps, right?
Navy Air Corps.
Navy Air Corps. Okay, so Lone Star Squadron or Lone Star's Posse? What do you think, Chad?
Either.
Either. You are neither hot nor cold, so I shall spit you out. All right, so Jiminy Cricket, we got 2 votes for Squadron. He was a pilot.
We've got 101 people.
Squadron.
Can't answer.
right now, wow,
right,
Squadron.
Oh, 1 for Posse.
Squadron. 1 for Posse. My man, Angelo Martier. I think Squadron is the winner. All right, we'll go with Lone Star's Squadron. Yeah, that's yeah. Okay, that is the unequivocal winner. And you, Mike Miller, you can't go against the will of the people.
Well, I can. Squadron.
Yeah, I think it's a Squadron.
All right, let's view campaign, see if that refreshed. Oh wait, save changes. Cancel. Save changes.
Yeah, so I think I want to see that. I think I want to see that nuclear family. I'm kind of digging that idea.
Yeah, it looks like you know, I think what they sometimes miss out on in, you know, Fantastic Four stuff. Yeah, there we go. Lone Star Squadron. And what they got so right about Incredibles is they focus too much on the superhero stuff in Fantastic Four and not enough on the fact that it's a family story, you know? And in Incredibles, it's a family story first that has to deal with superhero stuff.
Okay, all right, little bit of a confession to make. When Mr. Incredible is in that that containment unit, and there's a moment there that, man, it almost gets my eyes to water. Was it there? But when he says he's not strong enough, that gets me every time I see that scene. I haven't watched it in years now, but yeah.
No, that's in the scene.
Which one is it?
It's after that. It's after when they're going. You know, they flew in the Winnebago and they landed on the streets to go fight the thing, and then she wants to go, and he's like, "I'm not strong enough to lose."
Yeah. You're right. Yeah. I think the one where he's in the containment unit, he's telling the villain's secretary or whatever she is, I'll snap your neck. And then, but no, not really, because even though you know I don't have any other option here, I'm just not that man.
Yeah. Skid
Yeah,
Fest. Who is the bad guy with the Iron Cross who blasts through the jets in Lone Star? That scene looks so sick. That is, ready for it? The Iron Cross.
The Iron Cross.
Das Iron Cross.
Yes. Do we have any German members in your chat? I wonder if we could get like a German voice on down the road. That might be fun.
I don't know. Did you drink all my water? Go get another one. Go, because I'm thirsty.
I drink your milkshake, Mike Miller.
I drink your milkshake. I drink it up. God, man, I'm thirsty. I'm doing all these voices without water. Can you get me a water bottle, please? Ladies and gentlemen, Micah.
So do you...
Ich nur in bisschen Deutsch.
So when I get time though, I would like to do another. I would like to do another promo for Lone Star. Is there a way we could turn that? Is there a way we could turn that page with dialogue? I wonder if there's a way your boy could chop that up somehow.
The what?
The page with dialogue where he's fighting the not MS-13.
Oh, the Banda de la Muerta.
Yeah, got to think about that. But I want to do either some new copy stuff, but I'd like to do another promo for Lone Star.
Sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, if you want to read it out, and then yeah, we'll have them turn it into a little animation thing. Might be more fun if I get it colored first.
So do you have any concept art for there's a ghost behind you?
You like my new background? I'm Max Headroom. Hey. Max. You have to be a certain age to get that joke.
Yeah. Do you have any concept art for the nuclear family?
Yeah.
How humbug would it be to share that? Is that something that you'd have to go to all kind of crazy places to show, or?
Yeah. Hold on.
Because yeah, I mean, if you can get Lone Star in people's hands in September and show people that you can deliver like that, man, there's absolutely no reason not to go right into the nuclear family.
Where's my blacklist folder? Let me just do a search. I've got sunshine
on a cloudy day.
On a cloudy day. Let's see. Nuclear family. All right. I don't think I have. I don't have the Iron Mask. Oh, I need to find that because I don't want to lose it before I scan it in.
Here's a fun question from Cleveland Brown, and you can't answer him. I forbid you from asking or from answering. And the question is, can Lone Star fight Antifa, or is that a slippery slope? Well, actually, you said, can he? Yeah. Lone Star could actually kick the crap out of Antifa. Should he or will he? You're going to have to buy a copy of Lone Star to find out.
Yeah. All right. Here, let me share screen real quick. Oh, I've been on me this whole time. I bet it clicked. I clicked it earlier so that it was just me. Nobody ever said anything. So if you can see that, that is the nuclear family.
Hang on, I'm going over to. Nice.
So I thought it was neat that they'd wear that like faux Star Trek kind of costumes because it gives them the sense of costume, but it's not like I don't want them all wearing tights, you know?
Right.
Because I mean, I like to say that I'm trying to design this universe to work for the more sophisticated audience of the 21st century, you know? If somebody's running around in a leotard, it needs to make sense.
Sophisticated audience.
Well, they've just watched 20 years of, 10 years of Marvel movies that culminating in this Avengers thing. But yeah, you know, they are sophisticated. They're more sophisticated now than they were in the 60s when Spider-Man came out. Shoot, how do I stop? Oh, stop sharing. Stop sharing. All right, now let me pick it up. All right, now they can see you too, Edwin.
All right.
Say hello, Silver Fox.
Aloha.
They seem to like it.
Yeah, that might be a nice way to follow up. But you know, you never know. You might get a lot of clamor to deliver I don't know. You think you're going to have to go right into another Lone Star? Or what would you want to do? Like,
Oh, no. Okay, so my next two Indiegogos are going to be Lone Star 2 and 3.
right?
Well, unless this is a success in the sense that I can launch another Indiegogo that allows me to fund the Imaginaries and get that back on schedule, because I really want to redo the Imaginaries. But that wouldn't be me drawing, so I would have time to do, if I could do them tangentially, like if I'm doing Lone Star as a quarterly book, and then in the months interim, I could do like an Imaginary launch. But as far as books that me myself am drawing, or at least planning to, it'll be Lone Star and then Nuclear Family.
Background boy is dedicated.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Madman, Heyday, and Mike Allred. Man, I miss Johnny Quest so much.
Well, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
How hard would it be to do like maybe like a four-page vignette of the Nuclear Family and put it into Lone Star #1?
How hard would it be?
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have to write something good and then just draw it. So 4 days worth of work, 4 or 5 days worth of work.
Right.
Yeah, I could do that.
Because it would put it right there, right? It would put it right there. And so you could go ahead and prime people and go ahead and get people familiar with the Nuclear Family. Ask chat. I mean, you can't go wrong with chat, right? Chat, what do you think? Should Lone Star #1 include a short vignette? So just a couple of pages, just a couple of pages of the Nuclear Family in action.
I like how Edwin thinks. That is a very good idea.
Vignette.
Vignettes.
Yes. Yes, that would be sweet. Yes.
Would be sweet.
Yes.
On your Lone Star trailer, you showed a bunch of characters. Who are they? Ow! I just ripped my finger open.
Hopefully it wasn't a drawing hand.
No. Oh.
Do you see flesh?
That's interesting.
How,
I had a little
how do you
glass skin and I ripped my.
How do you do that sitting at your desk? Is that like a superpower?
Surprise. James Dean Company, 5 pages. What is your kid doing? My kid is doing whatever he wants to, apparently. Even create an ad for it. A little taste of what's to come. Hard to say. Depends on if they fit in together. Thematically, the two titles seem so differently. Sure.
Yeah, but that's contrast are a fantastic way of of presenting stuff, because you've got this one story and then you can show this other, and because of their contrast you'll remember each a little bit more strongly.
Yeah, let me see if I can find. Go ahead and talk, Edwin, while I dig my piles of stuff.
Yeah, and so the stretch goal will be to buy a first aid kit for the Miller family, because it sounds like they need one.
Is the whole family in here now? What is going on?
You're missing one. No, 2.
Oh, I forgot I was working on that Naruto piece.
Yeah, so I kind of, and Chant, you can tell me if I'm wrong.
Quiet.
There's all this dark stuff that's out there. In Lone, I'm going to be honest with you, Lone Star has some dark elements, but the Lone Star character himself actually has, he's got some distinct moral qualities about him, right? He's a very morally motivated character.
So here is the Iron Mask. I don't know if you guys can see it very well. I know it's pretty, not the greatest resolution, I'm sure, but that is what he looks like. Can you see it, Edwin?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can. In the pencil, it's harder to see the mask, I think, with the focus.
Well, yeah, it's inked, but it's not. You know what? I could probably take a picture of it with my camera easier, and then send it to myself. Yeah.
So
So go
when
ahead.
you is the iron mask going to have like some rust in it, or is it going to be like a shiny mask?
It's pretty beat up at this point.
Yeah.
Had it on for a while. Here, let me send this to.
Let's see, Michael. Michael. Well, I'm going to butcher this. Is it Balaam or Balaam, aka Mir Solon? He looks kind of like a Discovery Klingon, and then we also have a kind of Fu Manchu looking.
Okay, can you go somewhere else?
Oh, and here we have a general endorsement for Iron theme villains. This is from Guts the Iron Hand. As an Iron Hand myself, I support any and all Iron theme villains by default. Well, it's good. Guts the Iron Hand. Loyalty is an important quality.
Oops. Nope, that's not what I'm doing. Here we go.
Jesse Miller says it's a heavy metal White Walker.
All right, I texted it to myself via the wonder that is Twitter. So let me screen share again so you can get a better look. And then get on the Twitter.
Captain Blood of Kirby looks evil as a villain should.
Yeah, it's not there. Oh, there it comes.
Yo, Inception.
Oops.
This is the finest boomer tech.
So that's his mask. And I actually modeled it after the Man in the Iron Mask. But then I kind of like gladiatored it up a little bit. So yeah, so he doesn't cut his hair. He doesn't take off the mask. He's just a grumpy old soul. What are you gonna do? So anyways, that's the Iron Mask. And could you please stop making noise, Josiah? Don't. Sorry about all the noise. Are you back?
Yeah, but if you can think of like a 4-page vignette, I mean, don't spoil the origin. Maybe just some little, yeah.
Well, the nice thing about that one is the origin isn't the twist, isn't it? Right? All my stuff is going to have a little something you don't expect. I like that kind of storytelling where, you know, it's so easy. Like when you have background stories and stuff like that, and you just want to tell the story. And it's so easy to just tell the story, but it takes away all of the discovery from your readers when you just blurt everything out. You know.
Do you remember Scratch and Sniff?
Oh yeah.
So you should when you do the nuclear family, you should have a Scratch and Sniff for the Man in the Iron Mask.
Yeah, he puts a lot of powder in this.
Yeah, so he's probably not is he an Old Spice man or high karate? High karate.
Yeah. Let's see. All right. Anybody got anything? He must stink to high heaven. Yeah. Special shampoo. Well, you know what he could do? He could go swimming. No, that wouldn't help. His head would just sink to the bottom of the pool.
Oh, dude. When's the last time you did an update on your total here? Because your total looks higher.
Was it? I'm still at 78.11.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay.
17.811. Well, yeah, I have a it's been a while since anyone came in, but Matthew Bart's both covers autographed. And oh no, yeah, we already did that one. We're still at 268. So we're down to 90 viewers. My artwork must have scared them away. Yeah, so it's midnight. It's midnight East Coast, 12:30. So we're almost at 24 hours. Got a half an hour. I'd like to at least get to 18,000 in the first 24 hours. Where's the link at? It's just go to thelonestarcomic.com. It's in the description. Not the Lone Star Comic, just lonestarcomic.com. lonestarcomic.com. Just like that.
Yeah, so the Dogfather wants it. You know, we could go back through the art one more time because I'm sure we've had some viewer changes.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Okay, Matt. We'll see you very soon. Have a good church service. Zippity doodah, zippity doodah, zippity. My oh my, what a wonderful day! Plenty of sunshine coming my way.
Zippity doodah, zippity.
Zippity.
Press this slower. 17259.
Yeah, that's the old. That's the old.
Yeah. We made a little progress.
So now, what are some alternative ways? Because we're all hitting it up on Twitter, and this you could probably copy the link on Facebook. Something I've done before. Every time I go into a comic shop, I'll talk with some of the owners and like show them some of the promos I've made for people. So I got to share over the Lone Star promo, and I get into our comic book store next week and share that promo. And maybe some of you guys can do the same thing.
Well, I also have here. If you go to KeenSpot, my friend Chris Crosby owns and runs KeenSpot, which is a web comics site here. If it'll load, that'll be great. Is that loaded? Nope, that's not loaded. So yeah, they've got all these. I don't know how many was this? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, about 60 looks like different webcomics. They're all free to read. And so here's his. But you'll notice here, if it's still working, hey, look at that. He's got the KeenSpot news box got filled with teaser art. So you just click on that there.
Oh, nice. All right.
And it takes you here. So hopefully that will, I don't know how long he's going to have that up. I hope he has it up for a while. But that should help, I think. So let's go back to Lone Star. For people who have seen, did you want to read it again?
If you want me to read it again, I will holler for your dollar, Mike. I am. If we can get some more subscribers, I will absolutely read some dialogue.
Okay, but let me read the perks. So we got Lone Star Squadron membership. If you just want to chip in $5 and be a founding squadron member, but don't have the money to plunk down for like a $15 digital comic version or a $20 unsigned version. That's a good way to still mark your place as a founder in this great new adventure of Blacklist Comics. So Lone Star Squadron member, digital comic version. This is the whole book, and whatever extras we put in the print version will be in a digital PDF delivered to you. $15, no shipping.
We need more $20? Billy Mays Hayes. You got to step it up. More Billy Mays Hayes.
Here for Lone Star #1, cover A. Estimated delivery. So this is cover A, unsigned, $20. It's a little cheaper than the other guys are doing theirs, but they all sign theirs. So I'm trying to bring the prices down as much as possible, but at the same time, you have to realize that Daddy needs to pay the mortgages. So there you go. Cover B, same thing. Cover A, autographed, $5 more. If you really, really need me to scribble on your thing there, 25. Volume down, please. Cover B, both covers autographed, $40. Lone Star for the troops. This is the best deal here. You not only get 2 signed copies for yourself, but a minimum of 5 copies will be also sent to the USO around the world, or to send to the troops around the world via the USO. And if we can, we'll send more. The more I end up printing, the cheaper the print cost gets. And the cheaper the print cost gets, more of these I can send at cost. We've got 13 of these claimed already, so thank you to all 13 of you. And this is my preferred. If you're going to buy something, I prefer you do this because it's a win-win-win for everybody. Actually, yeah, never mind. Early bird special. Ooh, only 27 left. This gets you both covers, autographed, plus brushed aluminum metal prints of both covers, signed and numbered, and never to be printed again. Limited to the first 100 backers, even though it does not say it is limited, because that was a gaffe in my porting this website over. But I am going to shut this down or hide it from the website as soon as it hits 100. So, excuse me. So you got 27 left. I figured they'd be gone by now, but they'll probably be gone by tomorrow. The $100 remarked cover B. This is cover B here, as it says right there. The title treatment will be up here. And I have this lovely little area here where I can draw a little head sketch of Lone Star or Svarog or a vampire or, you know, whatever, one of the unknown soldiers. I'll probably just do a lot of Lone Stars and Svarogs, or maybe, yeah, a monster face. I don't know. Something fun. So that's remarked. Lone Star on a slab, which is Lone Star in a 9.8 signed CGC graded cover. Same thing here with cover B. Lone Star Legion pack. If you're a retailer or you just have a whole lot of friends, you can buy 24, 12 of each cover, signed autographed copies of Lone Star, plus 1 free remarked cover. So it's for a total of 25 at wholesale. So you can get that perk. I expect some retailers will be picking that one up. I probably ought to email some. Slab of Slabs cover, that's 5 slabbed copies. 5 slab copies, cover B. Be a character, $3,000. You can be one of the characters in Lone Star and exist in perpetuity in the Blacklist universe. And then $10,000, 1 original cover. I'll be interested in if anybody buys that. So these are the different covers. Cover A, beating up gang members. Cover B, killing vampires. Yet to be determined for what I'm going to use that for. I know what it's for in the story. So this will eventually be something inside the actual book. But I may use it as a cover. And then I may use this as a cover. This was a promo piece I did way back when. So without further ado, Edwin Boyette as Lone Star.
Hey, do you want to do the gang member voices, and maybe could you do the gang member voices? I'll do Lone Star, and we'll just skip the
girl.
Yeah.
Sure.
That way it'll be a little bit more dramatic.
All right. Let's do it.
All right. I remember the world a little clearer than most. The air is different now, thicker, full of a seething, misdirected discontent, anger, resentment, entitlement. It's a world of spoiled children, raised by spoiled children, and raising little spoiled children of their own. It's getting harder and harder to tell the good guys from the bad. But in this sea of miscreants, I don't think that's the right word. Is it miscreants? Why am I asking you? You're a pigeon. I really need to bring a notebook and write this stuff down, or at least a magazine. Being a vigilante can get pretty boring some nights. I ever tell you how I know when someone needs my help? You see, I have this animal-like instinct that allows me to sense fear. That's my cue.
Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. Hey, chica. What's the matter? You don't like my friends? That's too bad, because we like you. Don't worry, chica. We'll be gentle. After all, we gotta leave enough for you for El Guapo back there. He likes some broken in first, eh?
Biam.
Smack.
Gosh, I hope that wasn't El Guapo. Not sure how the handsome is gonna fit anymore. How about I'll smash your face?
Who the
Oh, let's try that again. Language, please. There's a lady present.
Carlos, Diablo, cap this choir boy.
Block. Yoink. Can I borrow this? Thanks. Carlos and Devil Boy can't help you at the moment.
What you gonna do, Jefe? You take one more step, I slice it open like a piñata.
You don't slice piñatas open. You beat them open with a stick. Like how I'm going to beat you open if you don't drop that knife and let her go now.
You gonna kill me anyway, Holmes?
Have I killed any of your friends? I don't kill unless I have no other choice. But you hurt that girl, and you leave me no choice.
Alright, I get it. You're a hero. Take her, lock me up, call ice. I've been deported 6 times. I'll be back by Christmas. Cuff me, essay. I won't give you no problems.
Well, here's the problem, essay. I don't carry handcuffs. I'm not an officer of the law.
What are you doing, man?
Well, you need to be disciplined, and you're too old for a spanking, so I'm just gonna make sure you
No. What?
you remember this lesson. Young lady, do you have anything you want to know? That's not self-defense. It's murder.
They were going to, oh God.
But they didn't. If they had, I'd have shot them for you. Police. Better late than never, but usually too late. Listen, if you're going to be out this late at night, do yourself a favor. Get a gun, Missy.
It's Misty. What's your name? I can't. What's your name? Who do I say? Save me.
They call me LONESTAR.
You know, if we had a girl to do that part, it probably would have been pretty cool. Man, yeah, that'd be fun to just do that. Like, clip it out, you know. I like the. I mean, I know I wrote it, so I'm kind of brushing my own hair here, but I thought long and hard how to open this up because you only get one chance to make a first impression. And so I was like looking up, you know, all the greatest opening lines and what they kind of had in common of like movies and whatnot. And so I thought I'd do this little. It's funny because, you know, it seems all serious, and then like, and then you're just kind of talking to a pigeon. So.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's great. Yeah.
All right, not sharing anymore. Let's see, where am I at? Starting to sound like Firesign Theater. Great stuff. You should make it a motion comic as an ad, the same way the original Max Animation handled it. It would be very easy with someone who knew what they were doing. Would be good. Way to sell the book. A second that. Get Cecil for the lady. They was gonna kill me. They was gonna. Oh my god. All right, let's get.
Oh, where are we at? Where are we at? Did we hear any dings? Did we hear the shekel ding? Or
I just got an email, so there's a shekel ding in there somewhere.
nice.
17,876.
Ooh.
So, I got a Lone Star Squadron membership. John Wood, the first one. Oh, sorry, undisclosed name. I did not say John Wood. John Wood did not buy a Lone Star Squadron.
Oh wait, undisclosed name.
Yes.
Thank you for joining the Lone Star Squadron. You're a great American.
Thomas Peterson bought the early bird special. So thanks, guys. Thanks, Thomas, and thanks not the other guy.
Yes.
Who didn't buy one.
Very nice.
So yeah, this thing does not populate the total amount. So let me go back to Brave and relaunch or reset this one. So it should be over 17.9, I think. Oh no, 17,876. Okay, weird. That was weird. How did he buy $100 thing and it didn't go up $100? Something is screwy. Something is amiss. We'll figure it out later. It'll all come out in the wash.
Are you
I am
good?
John Wood now.
Are you going to be streaming for another 10 minutes?
Sure.
Okay. Let me pop out for about 5 minutes, and I'll be back here pretty shortly. I need to get some coffee and such. Okay.
I'm gonna roll up and read some chitty chats.
Fantastic.
I want to hear what everybody had to say. Love it, Mike and Edwin reading. Wow, good stuff. Thank you. Everyone should do the troops perk if you can. Yeah, I would love it if everybody, all of you, if all 94 of you would just go get the troops perk right now. I would be. Someone said they upgraded to, so canceled for sure. Oh, okay, cool. That makes sense. And such means he had to pee. He probably upgraded. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Hell yes. Love it. Mike and Edwin reading. Wow, good stuff. I am John Wood. I'm here to listen to Edwin. $124 to go. That's right, $124 to go, and we are at $18,000. That would be fantastic. I'd love if we could get that in the next 10 minutes, because that would be around 18,000 for the first 24 hours, which I would be happy with. Yeah, that would kind of nail it. If we got 18,000. And we have that standard, you make a third of your money on the first night, then, you know, that would spread out to just shy of 60,000, which would be enough to actually pay me my page rate so I could actually get this done. So let's do that. Make sure you had some, I second that. Call Cecil for the lady. Make sure you had some bourbon first. I'm sure Cecil's had bourbon by this time already. Eddie, the sexiest voice on YouTube. That's what I'm saying. Edwin needs to narrate the Comicsgate comics. Yes, that's it. Putting money in the bank Monday. I'm sold. Thank you. Very nice. Good acting, man. Thanks, man. Whoops, dozed off due to being sick and sleep deprived tonight for about a second, only to be shocked awake by Gwa. Was it a convincing Gwa, though? This is thoroughly entertaining. Order Lone Star, just like my old Marvel 45 records. Radio Theater, just canceled and upgraded to the early bird. Okay, thank you, Sierra Whiskey. It comes to life. Comic records were great. Love the wrist elbow breaking scene. Every stream needs this. Oh my gosh, you guys should do this motion comic reading. Get tons of views. El guapo. El guano. LOL. This is awesome. Here we go. You're a pigeon. LOL. Forgot about church. Dang. Got an idea for a stretch goal. A squadron pin. You sure you don't mean a squadron pen? Squadron dog tags. Okay, if we get enough money where I can actually make a living and then there's extra, I'm going to look into something like that. Squadron dog tags would be sick. And you could wear them around your neck or you can put them on your keychain or whatever. And I could have, they could each have individual numbers for your membership number, because I doubt there's going to be more than like a few thousand of you guys, right? The $100 remarked cover B head sketch perk seems rather underwhelming. Ethan's perk offered the ash can and Mitch's the sketchbook and sticker at the same level. Couldn't you include signed A cover? I'd have to redo it, and somebody already bought it. But I could hide it and then rebuild it with that. I can do that. I'll do that for you. I'll do that. Let me write that down. Remark plus cover A. All right, I will do that. Thank you for the suggestion. Yeah, because I was thinking, you know, like that. It did seem underwhelming because I'm not doing an ash can and I'm not doing a sketchbook. What I want to do is, if we reach a certain stretch goal, is I want to just add a sketchbook section to the back of the actual comic. So, yeah, but I don't want to like start printing whole different things and stuff. So that's my idea. Nice, fancy. Have a great night and Sunday. 80s filmation cartoon of Space Indian with a talking robot. Go, Edwin, read it again, please. Bought both covers signed. Yay, because I need to preserve this history. Let's see, anybody? Nope, we need 876. So what do we need for 876? We need, we'll see. We'll see. We got 5 minutes. Anybody in here who hasn't purchased anything that's planned to, I would love it if you would do it within the next 5 minutes. Mortgage payment denied. Yeah. Teach Mike how to do that link. Jiminy Cricket. You know, Jiminy Cricket, the link is as easy as LONESTARcomic.com. So you don't have to put the whole Indiegogo link, because LONESTARcomic.com populates right into that one. Will Lone Star do crossovers? I don't know. Who in the crowd disliked this video? I have an idea of a couple of people who might have disliked this video because they're le doge bag. Edwin should narrate all Comics Gate comics as comics on tape format. I miss those old comics that came with cassettes. Mike, I really like your SDCC is great. Think your SDCC is great. Really think you're going to kill it there. I hope so. I hope so. Yeah. Got a lot of mortgages to pay. So what's some good examples of good versus poor dialogue? Good dialogue is my writing. Ooh, 17909. Thank you. Angelo Martir Irazari for the cover B autographed, and Maxwell Miller. Bang, bang, Maxwell silver hammer came down upon her head. Cover B autograph. So 909, we need 80. 942, we got another one. We now need $58 in the next 3 minutes to hit 18,000 in the first 24 hours. That's not bad, right? I mean, it's no EDS. But honestly, Ethan hasn't even really helped much. He helped a little bit last night, but it was like 2 in the morning. So there weren't a lot of people awake. But yeah, I mean, so most of that, 18, it's just my fans coming in, you guys, like freaking team Blacklist, right? The Lone Star Squadron. Yeah, and so keep in mind, everybody here who has bought anything at all, you guys are Lone Star Squadron, right? It's, you didn't have to get the $5 thing. That's just for people who wanted to be part of it, who like couldn't afford to plunk down more money to get something, but they still want to be involved and they still want to be there and show their support. But everybody else is Lone Star Squadron. So if we do hit like a stretch goal where I do get to make like freaking dog tags or something, then yeah, then it would be all you guys. And you know what I could do? I could make special shirts that you guys, only you guys can have access to. Like I couldn't make them all free unless it was like, I mean, I'm not going to make $500,000 on this campaign. It's just not going to happen. But like, if you guys wanted like Lone Star Squadron shirts, like elite shirts and stuff, I could make them available. Maybe like do a special. I don't know how you make it like super secret, because I don't want everybody to have them. I only want you guys to have them. But I'll figure that out. I will, because I want you guys to feel special because you are here with me at the very beginning. All of you guys are here within the first 24 hours of the birth of this entire thing. We've got 1 minute to hit $18,000. 1 minute. Anybody want to pitch in $58 real quick? $58. 1 minute. Otherwise, that's close enough. Thank you very much. I'm saving for Star Wars Land and can't go to Disneyland until next year. Oh, 189 to go. Oh, that was a while ago. You can actually link it, Mike. Do I have to put like HTTPS on it first? HTTPS LoneStarComic.com. Hey, it did work. Oh, Nick P got Lone Star on a slab. Nice. Thank you, Nick. Wait. Let's see if this works. Oh. How did that not? Oh, you must have like upgraded or something, right? Did you upgrade? Almost there. It's 10 o'clock. Actually, I did start a little later than 10, so technically we have a little wiggle room. If anybody has $58 they want to spend, now's the time to do it. I would really appreciate it, just so I can say we hit 18,000 in the first 24 hours. So please and thank you. And what is going on here? Why is this all zoomed in? What the heck? This is weird. Like my okay, let me go back to. There you go, Mike. Okay, it did populate. Okay, thanks, Mick. Thanks, Nick. Nick, you're the man. You're the man. You're the man. I am fully sharing this on Twitter like right now. 18K. Thank all of you for making this just a phenomenal first 24 hours of an Indiegogo campaign. It is, wow, incredible. All right, I am going to Twitter, and I'm going to post this. And yeah, if everybody could go to the Twitter, who's on there, and just share it after I post it, that'd be rad. And we could just let everybody know that the Lone Star Squadron is here to stay. Lone Star Squadron reporting 18,000 in the first 24 hours. Hoorah. Hashtag Lone Star. Hashtag ComicsGate. Hashtag ComicsGate Alliance. Hashtag Memphis. Should we start a Lone Star Squadron hashtag? Yeah, let's do that. All right. And then HTTP Lone Star Comic. Right on. Who's Lone Star Squadron? We're Lone Star Squadron. You guys feel like you're freaking part of something, or is it just me? I'm getting chills from all this. It's so amazing what you guys are doing together. Together forever. I have to close this out. For some reason my entire, oh, there we go. Fixed it. Oh man. Ooh, now we're up to 18.11.2. 11.112. Jesse Miller, both covers autographed. Thank you too. You're all my friends. I'm curious, can you talk about how you found Comicsgate? What got you into it? Yeah. So Ethan was about to hit 400,000 on his Indiegogo, and he sent me an invite to come into the big celebratory Comicsgate gathering. So it had Captain Cummings and I think Umbrella Guy and Doug, maybe Doug, and the usual heads. And Ethan is just all excited. We're all sitting there celebrating. You know, I'm drinking my wine, they're drinking their whatever. Cecil's drinking 12 bottles of bourbon. Yeah, Edwin's coming back. And then Ethan says, Mike, you have to be part of Comicsgate. You have to join us. And I'm like, okay, I'll associate myself with your movement. And so that night, nobody complained. Yeah, I was invited by Ethan. I heard no dissenting voices, and so I associated. I took the association. There is the Edwin. Edwin, you there?
Yeah, and I think you hit another milestone while I was outside of chat.
I did. Yeah, we're at $18,112. So, and we made it in thanks to Nick P. We made it in just under the 24-hour wire to hit 18,000.
Nice. Well, Nick P., you are an exemplary member of the Lone Star Squadron. And
and I just started the hashtag Lone Star Squadron.
Nice.
So I posted that up on Twitter. Told everybody to go and go share it, retweet it. Let's make Lone Star Squadron a force to be reckoned with. Captain decided to be a jerk for some reason. We don't have to. Let's not start tearing down anybody.
Yeah. You know what? There's a place to be angry, but be angry and sin not. And there's so much cool stuff. There's so much cool stuff happening right now. You know, you could focus on the darkness, or you could light a candle, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what we're doing here. We're lighting a candle.
Yeah. Yep. We're going to become a shining city on a hill again. Jesse Miller, have Cyberfrog, Red Rooster, Ravage, and Lone Star coming. Going to need to buy picture frames, but at least they'll all match. Jesse, you're going to get Lone Star first. How does that make you feel?
Ethan dropped an idea in his live stream the other night, and I think it kind of flew past people. And he was talking about some kind of short range Comics Gate anthology kind of thing, like that had a little bit from everybody getting out kind of early. I don't know how much he had explored that idea, but it sounded pretty good. And at some point, you guys should revisit that idea.
I think when we have product, it's a better time to revisit that idea.
Yeah, I know. I'm committing you to all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
You can crank out like 200 pages this month, right? No problem.
Maybe not this month. I'm not angry. I'm excited and sad to watch some people choose not to be involved in this greatness. You know, you have to let people make their own decisions, and you can't. Hold on a second. Please shut up. So what?
Are those the official Lone Star pants that you're wearing there?
These are the Lone Star shorts. What about
the trading cards? All right, so Styrix, the trading cards is going to happen. And this is kind of a stretch goal, but it's actually going to be unified trading cards across everybody's product. It's going to have a similar kind of format. And am I explaining that right, Mike?
That's the idea thus far. I don't.
Who could it be now?
No.
Somebody's knocking on my door.
Where's mommy?
You know what I will say with some people, I think people have to change their mindsets now. Comicsgate had like almost a year-long period where we were critiquing and fighting off criticism, and we were pointing out all the stuff that was wrong with comics. And there's still a role with that because people do like an awesome job at that stuff. Like Yellow Flash is good at that. Obviously, diversity in comics, and even the OG Captain Cummings. You know, he may be wandering a little bit, but I don't think he's lost. I think he can. I think he can find his way back home. I have hope.
Everyone is welcome. In
part of Comicsgate is pointing out the nonsense, right? And kind of content. It's Genghis Mike. I've got the YouTube page open.
No.
Yeah, so there was a little bit of lag there. Oh, okay. So yeah, so there was this, and there's still going to be that. There's still going to be people, criticizing comics and stuff, and contesting with some of these people that want to come in and call you scumbags, like that Tamara Bond villain who said that if you're associated with comic books, you're garbage. And I'm here to tell you, we are made in God's image, right? And some people may pick the wrong path. And some people may immerse themselves in things that degrade and debase them. But I think Mike would probably agree with me that we believe in the redemptive power of Christ. And whether you're an atheist, an agnostic, a fellow Christian, whether you're an Odinist or a Brodnist, it doesn't matter. There is a second chance for those who seek it. And none of you are garbage human beings, right?
No Jehovah's Witnesses.
You all have a chance.
I'm just kidding.
And you all matter. right? Because you're right here with us now, helping us make something awesome. And so you are about as far away from garbage human beings as you can get. Shogun Hapajap from the Hapajap dynasty.
That was made out of cardboard and duct tape.
That one came from Chester. Yeah, very good. Maybe that should be the third title. The Warlord Hapajap.
Make mine money, shut it. What? Daddy making money, shut it. Yeah, sorry I'm so dark. My thing's unplugged right now. Kids are using all the outlets for other things. I don't think there's anything I can unplug to light up my face.
But all right, so Mike, here's what I was saying is that people are still making this mental shift because like the last year has been like a brawl, right?
Last year, what?
The last year has been a brawl. It's been a bar fight, right? We've all had our broken beer bottles and our shivs out, and we've been mixing it up with these weirdos. But now we got you guys here, and we got the indie cats, the kids I call the young guns, and stuff is getting made, and it is getting made at a furious pace, and everything looks like fantastic, man.
Yeah, people were saying there's like too many. There's like 12 out right now, and I was like, you know what? We have you go to the comic book store, they have 50 new titles every week. I don't think 12 in a month is that big a deal.
No, it's not, because if you look at Comicron, they track the top 500 titles. And I'm telling you, like EVS is growing the audience. Once we get the Miller Family Variety Show going, Mike's going to be pulling down hundreds of thousands of viewers, and that's going to be amazing. Our Christmas special is going to be amazing. So go ahead and reserve your seats for the Mike Miller and the Miller Family Christmas special. It is going to be amazing.
We're just going to do the Aloha show from now on.
You know what we did this Thanksgiving? Last Thanksgiving, we live streamed it to all our family and stuff on Facebook. We made, we're like the eccentric odd couple in our building. And so there's a lot of younger kids in the building. So we made like Thanksgiving dinner for our whole floor. It was great. But we streamed it on Facebook. So my family and my wife's family and our friends could watch us cooking Thanksgiving Day dinner.
Yeah. It's amazing, huh? I mean, technology now, a lot of these guys they're all over the world. We got guys from Australia, I don't know where, other people from Europe, like all over the world, sitting here at all times of every time zone, and we're all just sitting here chatting like we're all in the same room. Well, I mean the text, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. Somebody asked me how I found Comicsgate. I found it via Diversity in Comics. And I don't think I had touched my Twitter account in about 2 years. And so I found Diversity in Comics. And so I was like, I wonder if people are talking about this somewhere. So I brushed the dust off my Twitter, and here we are. So you gotta be preaching the gospel of the Blacklist universe next week at the San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing at a time. So it's LONESTAR today, LONESTAR this time, and then just that'll be my cornerstone, and then I will build the foundation from there. Or everyone, all of us are building the foundation.
And I'm telling you, I think launching new projects with Indiegogo is the way to go. But people want to see this transition to something permanent. Yeah, that's what they're hoping for.
Oh yeah, that's the long-term plan.
Yeah,
I could show you my my white paper sometime if you want.
Yeah, and I thought about getting Umbrella Guy and writing a white paper ourselves, because we've been very fortunate to talk to a lot of people like you and get to hear what your thinking is. And yeah,
I've been planning this takeover of the comics industry for quite a long time. I legitimately have. And the whole, you know what? I'm glad that Ethan hasn't helped much in this last 24 hours. You know why? Is because there's a bunch of little hoop flingers on Twitter, and even in my chat earlier today, saying that I was using Comicsgate and I was using EVS to do a cash grab. But other than probably, I'm going to call it maybe $1,000 that we made while we were on Ethan's thing last night, this is all my audience that I've accumulated that is here for me and for you and for each other. Not, I mean, yeah, a lot of them came over from Ethan. A lot of them came over from, you know, wherever, V, the different people. But that's how you grow your channel. That's how you grow your audience. But once they're your audience, they're your audience. I didn't steal them. They're volunteering their time to listen to my nasally, whiny voice. So God bless them all, and they are blessing this. And yeah, I'm glad that Ethan hasn't taken the time today. I really am, because it makes kind of a statement that this is all this can be done if you're just willing to put the time and effort into it, you know. And it's not me stealing anything from anybody or using anybody. You know, I want Ethan's help because Ethan is very helpful. He's a great guy and he can blow stuff up. But I think it's just wonderful to know that the guys that are just coming to me on a daily basis can get me up to 18 grand in 24 hours. I think that's phenomenal.
Yeah, and here's how it works. Here's how it works. One, you got to start with talent, and talent is not enough. You've got to refine that by practice. And for some people, it's years of practice. For you, it's what now? 25 years of practice.
26.
26. Okay, so we've got
26 years of professional work.
Professional work. Okay.
40-something years of practice.
Okay. Now you add to that your network, right? And don't make this specific to comics, guys. Like, if you're not networking in your real life, what networking boils down to is making connections with people who can help you in whatever endeavor in life. I mean, it could be it could be the business side of life, it could be the personal side of life, the moral side of life, but you need to have a network of people who will help you succeed, right? No man is an island. No man is an island.
Yeah.
And so networking with people like Ethan can put opportunity in your path. But what you do with that opportunity that matters. And so what Mike is saying now is he's trying to work his tail off to engage with you. And hopefully we're entertaining you some. It's going to be a little Billy Mays Hayes, but hopefully your time here has been time well spent.
Billy Mays here.
Because I know this is not Marvel or DC. You guys matter. Like you're literally changing. You're literally right now, just by being here and sharing with us, you're literally changing like what comes next. You're changing this industry. You know, even you guys who haven't bought in yet, we hope you buy in. But even you guys who haven't bought in yet, and you're just sharing with us, you're helping add to this energy. And we're going to change. We're going to change this industry. And you're going to get these good stories. And hopefully some of you got to hear our readings from the early preview of the comic. And I hope that resonated with you. Because this is the kind of stories you're going to get and that Mike wants to give you. And you're going to get this interaction like that you're not going to get from other people. You're going to get this window into Mike's life in the Miller household, which is great. And the Christmas special. We got to start working on Silent Night and maybe Drummer Boy.
I need a microphone.
Holy night.
need a lozenge and a microphone plate.
All is calm. Well, it's not very calm. We're gonna off the hook
Yeah.
here. Off the
Always
chain.
very loud and
Yeah.
outside my door. Kids throwing paint at each other down there. Akashik wants me to revive the letters page in the comics.
Nice.
You know what? I like that idea. I love the letters page. And even though it kind of seems a little redundant in this day and age because everybody communicates so quickly online and stuff, it is still yeah, maybe I will. I like that idea. Thank you.
You know, yeah, because if somebody cares enough about you to sit down and write like a long form email or a long form letter that's actually thought that out. I mean,
right.
That person has given you like more attention than yeah, there's something special there.
Mike looks like Dean Cain, so he is basically Superman. I gotta find that video. Hold on a second. Let me see if it's on my phone.
So tell me more about the story of the Hapajap shogunate. What period of Japanese history did they?
It was just after the Meiji period, and hold on a second. Where's my gallery? Yeah, I made that for last year's summer high school camp for the church. So they announced prior to the camp that we were going to have a giant cardboard war, right? Cardboard armor war. So everyone was supposed to make cardboard armor. And me being me, I designed an entire suit of Japanese samurai armor out of cardboard and duct tape. So that's the two things you were allowed to use was cardboard and duct tape. So cardboard, duct tape, and spray paint for decoration. And so I did. I made an entire thing. What? I need to go to the store? Why? But why do I need to go to the store? Why doesn't Mommy go to the store?
Oh, we're gonna need a song. We're gonna need a song. Maybe
Song
like a little Les Mis.
He wants you to sing Les Mis.
Once those super chats start rolling in, though, oh boy, if somebody designates some of those super chats for a little operatic performance, I bet we can change her mind.
Let me see if I can get this here.
Oh, you had it, and then it.
Whenever you can see the whole thing, but so yeah, that's me and Dean Cain.
So out of the comics you got, if it's not an animated show, what do you think might get picked up as a movie? You think LONESTAR could get picked up as a movie?
Yeah, that'd be a great movie. I mean, you've read The Treatment. I wrote The Treatment movie style more than I wrote it comic book style.
Right.
So yeah, it's already plotted out for a movie. Although I'm gonna like when I convert it to a comic book, I'm gonna, there's different ways to write, books, treatments, movies, comic books. They're all different styles, but yeah. So the pacing changes a little bit. Okay. Well, apparently I need to go to the store. So.
Well, hang on. One final check on the total. I just want to remember what the total was.
On the total. If I can get my phone open. It doesn't seem to like my thumbprint.
All right, so $18,062, United States dollars, good old greenbacks. raised by 272 backers. That's fantastic, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, everyone. I mean, unless you want to stick around and just chat while I go to the store, you can talk to my fans.
I'm probably gonna cook us some dinner.
All right.
I'm gonna cook us some dinner. But yeah, if you're, I think I forget what I'm doing tomorrow, but if you're on later on tonight, or later on tomorrow night, I'll pop in with you. Or are you gonna make the Sabbath, or are you gonna be on some?
No, I'll be on. Not all
Okay.
day, but here and there. So.
Okay. All right. Have a good evening, Mr. Miller.
All right, brother.
All right, Lone Star Squadron, you are beautiful people.
Lone Star Squadron dismissed.